So, for the next couple of days, there's going to be no more reviews as I'm still catching up with One Piece. But I don't know when that's going to finish. And then I'm going to go back to my other stuff, which means for the time being, this is going to be like the last. So, a couple of days, I was like, wait, has the Doctor Who specials come out? And I was curious, so I decided to find them and watch them. So, here's the first special, and here's the second. But while I talk about each one, I'm just going to keep them in the back. So, back to the first one. I think, so, before I need all cards on the table, I know that this is based on a book that exists. Haven't read it, so I don't have the nostalgia, but I find the story really fun. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't thought, like, I don't know if it's to the end of the three specials, but I kind of think Don Noble, headcanon hit, not true, because you can see them in this special and the second special, so you know she doesn't die. I feel like by the first special, she might kick the bucket. But I like this sort of building of tension, building of like, not will she, won't she, because we know she's in the second special, so. But we sort of like what's going to happen. And the one thing I like and I find just really fun is like, I thought it was going to be like, oh, this is just going to be a classic story of like, you should respect people. Look at this, poor defenderless creatures. And then we go to the judge and like, look at this poor defender. What the? It's like, what the? It's like, jeez. Okay. 180 twist. Obviously, if you read it, you could have seen that coming because like in the original book, they basically make it abundantly clear. And it seems like a really funny sort of like joke. But for me, I'm like, wow. And I find it just really fun because you watch it and I'm like, okay, now I know who the enemy is. And I'm like, okay, never mind. It's also somewhat sad in a way because in a way, if you look at it, it's basically low battery came across. Their minds were sort of like put in a state of insanity that turned them mad, which is, yeesh, that sounds dark. That something could be like, could turn such a peaceful creature like that insane. I would like, maybe it'll be interesting. I don't think they're ever going to do it. But like, to have that sort of like concept of like bad type of sun come back as a concept. I don't know why. But I find that just really fun. And then you have Doctor Who's second special, which I've heard before, and this is after I watched it, so this doesn't affect my opinion. But I've heard some people being like, oh, the CGI in the corridor looks a little bit off. 5% came up. I'm sorry, I don't think, in my opinion, that affects it too much. I think it's just creative, awesome, and just an amazing scene altogether. So overall, I just love the scene. And I just love this sort of like insane creature being like, okay, what the? And I love the idea of someone being like, okay, but what about this? And what about this? And here's a question that you have not thought about yet. And it's like, doctor, don't think about it. It's like, I can't not think about it. And that I find is special. These two special, I haven't watched the third one because it hasn't come out yet. But this makes me so excited because I watched here's the Doctor first meeting with Toymaker, and it made me so excited. So I absolutely am excited to go and watch this third special. But in the meantime, you should watch the first and second.